I'm so glad, yeah. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, that you love me. Yeah. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, yes. I'm so glad, that you love me. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, yes. I'm so glad, that you love me. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, yes. I'm so glad, that you love me. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, that the ancestors love me. Yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, yes. I'm so glad. Yes, they love me. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, yes. I'm so glad. That you love me. You should tell them. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, yes. I'm so glad, that you love me. Yeah. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, yes. I'm so glad, that you love me. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, yes. I'm so glad, that you love me. I'm so glad. They not hear you. I'm so glad, yes. I'm so glad, that you love me. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, yes. I'm so glad, that you love me. There's nothing that you could do that could separate you from the love of those who sacrificed for you, those who saw you before you had even conceived of yourself. So on this day, they ask, yes, do you know that we love you? Are you happy that we love you? They said months ago that 10,000 may fall at your right hand, but the calamity, the disaster, the pestilence won't touch you. So, dear one, are you sure that you want to be free? Because if so, it's yours. But you must receive your freedom with joy and with gladness. And say, yes, I'm so glad, yes. I'm so glad, oh, I'm so glad, that you love me. Yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Let your joy be an offering. I'm so glad. The ancestors love me. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, yes, I'm so glad, that you love me. Am I a mermaid tonight? I might be. I've been sitting with the waters, mommy waters in particular. Um, But yeah, thanks for your patience, y'all. Today has been a great day, a long day. So I'm gonna go ahead and pray us into this space. And yes, Most High God, we thank you for this space, for this consecrated space to come together, to rejoice in the fact that you created us and that you created our ancestors, you created mm, the Orisha, you created those deities, those gods, those spirits that move and that walk with us, that remind us that freedom is a choice. They remind us that joy and that gladness is a choice. Thank you for your covering. Thank you for your protection. Thank you for the wisdom, for the insight. Thank you for helping us to see our own power, our own ability to save ourselves. Though we call on you, we thank you, we invite you, we entreat you into our space. We know that you have given us the power to save ourselves. So, to my ancestors, I say thank you. Thank you for your protection. Thank you to the warriors. Thank you to the prayer warriors. Thank you to the ancestral mothers and the ancestral fathers, those that see me, those that know me, those that love me, the elevated ones, ooh, the loving ones, the ones who would get down on knees on earth and thank the heavens that I am here. I, in turn, thank you. We, in turn, thank you. Thank you for words of encouragement. Thank you for words that would speak to us in this dark place. Ooh, some of us are out here looking for someone in the daylight with a flashlight. Some of us have mistaken our closed eyes for darkness. And we hear you now, ancestral mother, that one that is tapping at us in our sleep, that one that calls to us, that says it is time to wake up. 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 It is time to open our mouths. It is time to wake up. It is time to wake up. It is time to wake up because we are not babies. We are not of the youth. We are the ones who lead. And we know that freedom is a choice. So I'll say really quickly before I read out of our text for today that somebody's ancestral team, 'cause I know it wasn't mine, because I know what mine sound like, woke me up at 5:30 this morning. So one of y'all got people who woke me up this morning and they want you to hear me, hear this, hear me say this. Some of us did not do what we were told. We didn't respect the dead. We didn't leave behind the things that were told to us in 2025, the things that we experienced in 2016, the things that happened to us in 2010, that thing that happened to you when you were 12, that thing that happened to you when you were 9, that thing that happened to you that you couldn't even conceptualize language to speak about. They asked you to leave that behind and respect the dead. They said to leave behind the thought forms that no longer serve us because what we are getting ready to enter into, what we are in now, right, is wartime. So those thoughts that say, that loop for some of you, that loop constantly and consistently, everywhere you look, you find the confirmation that you are not worthy, that you are not enough, that you are unlovable. You think you are looking at yourself with clear mirror, with clear glass, but you have internalized the projections of the enemy of your soul. The reason why you can't find the joy or the gladness you need to do the things that you need to do is because you are carrying someone else's belief of who you are. Your ancestral mother says, wake up. Wake up, and remove the scales from your eyes. You cannot continue. You cannot continue living this way. So go ahead and cry. Go ahead and cry and loosen up what is on your eyes because you have to see yourself for who you are. You have to see yourself for how we see you here and now. There is no more time for doubt. And no, they're not saying this to be mean. They're not saying this because they don't see the depression, the oppression, the repression, the suppression. They're saying this because despite the depression, the oppression, the repression, the suppression, you have power. Would you believe that you are more powerful than what you have heard and seen? I'm guilty of this myself, I will say, of letting the projections of others cloud my ability to see myself. I have allowed others to lay their burdens in my hands. And if you are anyone like me, you probably have done the same. You told yourself, I am only good if I am useful. I am only good if someone can use me. I am only good if I can sacrifice. I am only good if I am good. I am only good if I forgive. I am only good if I turn the other cheek. I am only worthy if I debase myself. I am only worthy if I refuse to let go of that thing that my mama said, that my grandma might have said, that my daddy might have said, that my neighbor might have said, that my cousin might have said. I am only good if I remember that I am as little as they would want me to believe I am. Some of us did not respect those dead thought forms, those dead ways of living, the ways in which we might have looked for to the ones who hurt us to undo our pain. And so we still clamor, we still cry out, we still reach out. We say, don't you see, baby me is still hurting. Don't you see, little me is still hurting. Can't you please, won't you please provide her, him, them, they, what they need? We are still looking for a savior. We are still looking for someone to help us to escape the responsibility of saving ourselves. For some of us, we are looking to that lover, that friend, that job to replace the love that our parents were supposed to give us. But, beloved, your ancestors, your angels, some of you, the angels, for some of you, your spirit guides, for some of you, the spirit of the fox, for some of you, the spirit of the wolf, for some of you, it is Ogun and his black dog. They come and they tell you, you have the freedom to choose your responsibility. Though others might have told you that caring for you is an undue burden, is something that is burdensome and cumbersome, something that they are reluctant to do. When you see yourself without the projection of their own emotional immaturity, the projection of their own pain, you will see that caring for you is a gift. Will you give yourself the gift, the delight, the joyful burden of being responsible for your healing? You see, I used to understand healing to be just merely restoration, right? I experienced this thing, it broke me or whatever the fuck, and I'm just looking to the heavens, to the stars, to the Orisha, to the ancestors for restoration and reclamation. But healing, now as I know it now, standing here now in front of you, mm, is a process of destruction. It is a process of destruction, of allowing those things that no longer suit you and fit you to be destroyed. Then comes the construction, comes the revival, comes the resurrection. In order to heal, I had to destroy those old ways, those old forms of thinking, those old ways of doing, the things that would say I must sacrifice myself in order to be loved. That lesson that my mama taught me, I had to destroy that in order to construct something new and to give life and nourishment. Mm. The truth of who we are is not revealed in our ability to save others. It is not revealed in our ability to change others' behaviors, but it is in the ability to discern what is ours and what is projection. That projection is what is the source of that shame. That projection is the source of your guilt. That projection is the source of your fear. Are you sure, beloved, that you are ready to be free? Because freedom is a choice. It is the willingness to let go of those projections, give them back to the earth, to the Most High God. You might give them to your ancestors. Some of y'all might believe in transmutation. Y'all might try to do something with them. I don't know though. Sometimes I believe in letting the trash be trash and letting it out. What you must remember though is that you cannot carry your oppressor into freedom with you. So for some of you, you might need a little tactile thing. It might not be as simple as just imagining these projections and sending them on their way. You might want to do some work, some inner work here. One suggestion I have is to take some water, put some salt in it, stir it up, just enough salt to make it a little salty. And you're going to speak into this glass of water and you're going to say, I discern truth from projection. You're going to say that 5 times. You're going to drink the water. And as your body releases what is no longer yours, you'll allow it. You do that 3 times a day, 3 days. See how you feel. You might go to 5. For others of you, you might need some assistance. Your ancestors are willing and able to help you because they love you. They love you. And they want you to rejoice in that love. So they'll rejoice with you as you shatter those projections. You might grab you a hammer. You might grab you a machete if you're feeling real spicy. Pray over it. Ask your ancestors and your spirit guides to help you to shatter those thought forms, those things that no longer serve you. You might take this weapon of choice, whatever your weapon of choice is, and literally hold it in your hands and smash or slice what no longer serves you. And you do it till you feel free. Because freedom is not something that somebody else will grant you. Mm-mm. It is your choice. For some of us, right? And this is a specific word. Some of us are laying our healing hands outwards, but we're not laying them here. We think our medicine is only good for others when it needs to be turned inward. I'm hearing specifically that folks need to get to bodies of water, run your hands through the water, and touch your heart, and let your heart be healed. Let the water do the work. Some of us instead are sending healing, love, and light to a bottomless pit of self pity. We are sending that pit of self pity. Might be our threads page. It might be our Twitter page. It might be our Substack. It might be our it might be social media, right? We are running to a witness, begging for a witness, any other witness besides those on the altar, because we don't believe our ancestors truly love us. So we're praying for that witness, that someone will see us and save us from our distress. But again, your ancestors and your spirits remind you that you have been blessed with the power to free yourself. Use it. You don't have to change a thing about yourself to be free. You don't have to change a thing about yourself to be loved. I'm going to say that again. You don't have to change a thing about yourself to be free. You don't have to be taller, thinner, fatter, smarter, more well-read, more well-bred, more. You don't have to change a thing about yourself to be free. All you have to do is make the choice. You don't have to change a thing about yourself to be loved. All you have to do is practice healing, right? Which is not changing a thing about you, but really healing is recognizing love when it comes and refusing to accept any wooden nickels. My father used to say, wooden nickels, and wooden nickels are things that, they look like nickels, they're made of wood, but you can't really spend them nowhere. You don't have to change a thing. All you have to do is discern the truth from projection. And for if you like me, you got a little Pisces in you, a little bit of Delulu energy. Sometimes the projection is yours. You are projecting outward. You're seeing love where there is none. But all you have to do is choose freedom. So, spirits in particular asked for me to read from Ancestors Said, 365 Introspections for Emotional Healing. And the one for today says, your ancestors look down on you with a smile because you live. Simply enjoying your life is productive. For some of you, the word is is to enjoy your life. Yeah. You out here trying to figure out what to fix, what to change, what to do. And your people just want to enjoy your life. And if you can't find no joy, then that means it's time for you to choose freedom. The last thing that I'll read from is the Hoodoo Book of Flowers. And this one is chapter 3, verse 21, called Hoodoo Maturity. And it says, Lady Sojourner, Maturity's Guide, O font of truth, come show me the way. The first verse. Maturity is a function of consciousness. Awareness of who you are, awareness of your thoughts and emotions, how they act on you. Maturity deploys behavior appropriate for optimizing life experiences. Awareness of a destined consequence of who you are and what you do. Always conscious of the high road, soul work, and a relentless quest for your very best fa. To the Talensi of the Volta, folk are not considered fully human until they become functioning members of society. Maturity is not the transition, from adult supervision and guardianship and responsibility to taking responsibility for yourself and your actions in the world, paying for your own freight. Maturity is when life gains point and purpose. When you young and strong and immortal, you think the world revolves around you, but your sense of responsibility evolves as you do. As a youth, you fall short, you only hurt yourself. Falter as an adult, you hurt all the folk who depend on you. In your youth, you think yourself exempt from the rules that govern mortals, but life humbles you, delivers you from delusion. Youthful dreams are traded for more realistic life patterns. Maturity accepts that you cannot do what you cannot do and appreciates what you can. Maturity reassess just what a legacy is. You wanted to change the world, you barely changed yourself. You take what you can get. At all stages of life, be mature for your age. Upon birth, an old soul. Upon death, a young one. Maturity is the harvesting. You have established yourself in your field, got stable relationships of family. You, the generation that run things, still healthy and strong, a player in the arena, top of your game. But wait, just because you mature today don't mean you mature tomorrow. Life is full of crossroads and maturity is always a work in progress. It is only by grappling with your demons that you become soulful. You must be willing to subject yourself to searing self analysis and illuminating self consciousness. You must be willing to confront your demons, fears, anxieties, and obsessions instead of turning away from them, trying to hide from them. Take heart, soulful young traveler. It is only dredging the shadowy depths that you become deep. It is only through digging deep that daylight soon come. Maturity finesses all conditions. It is maturity bless every endeavor with serenity of purpose. When all else when all else fails, its maturity see you through. It is Sojourner Truth to whom I will assign this task. What better guide than the Sojourner? When she first runs, she just want to be free. When she free, she wants to be a force. Rename herself Sojourner. Rename herself Truth. To bring her down, use a fly whisk branched from the north side of a tree and prioritize the hard truths upon which a devotee of the Sojourner thrives. In my youth, I was susceptible to folk who questioned the ivory tower life of the artist. In my maturity, I no longer question this life Fa has chosen for me. I no longer question my power. I can only do the best I can with the blessings I have been given. I don't waste my mojo doing what somebody else can do. What I do, nobody else can. In my maturity, all I can do is be me. And remember this, O traveler, to all things, there are seasons. This is yours. Demoja. I'm going to say that last one again. In my youth, I was susceptible to folk who questioned the ivory tower life of the artist. In my maturity, I no longer question this life Fa has chosen for me. I no longer question my power. I can only do the best I can with the blessings I have been given. I don't waste my mojo doing what somebody else can do. What I do, nobody else can. In my maturity, all I can do is be me. Remember this, O traveler, to all things, there are seasons. This is yours. Hmm. Some of us confusing our ability to be free because we looking at what other people can do. We ask in spirit, why don't I have what this person has? And we might not be saying that directly, but every time you look at your life and you feel like you're falling short, you have to think and wonder, how can I fall short if my life is my own? If I am falling short, that means that I am comparing myself to something. Mhm. Yeah. I don't know. I wish I could. I'm not loving like girly. I wish I could. I wish I could get up here like these white women be getting up here and saying, the fairies and the dust, they gonna come and take this burden away from you. But after everything I've been through, the year and a half where the Orisha said, nah, girl, you don't need to get no ebo. That ebo is them tears you crying at that altar. That ebo is that suffering you're doing because you believe that your enemy might triumph. For some of us, uh, our suffering, the tears, the sacrifice, right, uh, is laying down for our blessing. And for others of us, the path that we walk, right, is the path of alignment. And it might come with ease, but that doesn't mean that it's always going to be easy. Mm. It does not mean that it's always going to be easy. And just because things are hard, that does not mean that you are not loved. Mm. And just because things are hard, that does not mean that you are not loved. Just because things are hard, that does not mean that you are not loved. That just means that you are mature. Hmm. Hmm. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you love me. Yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yes, I'm so glad. Ooh, that your ancestors love you. Yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Ooh, that they love you. Yeah, I'm so glad. So glad. I'm so glad mm, that you love me. So, more general guidance before I get to the reading for today. I am reading from the Black Gold Lenormand 2. The first card that came out is Testimony. Testimony says confirmation. An important message or long awaited confirmation is on its way. So our work must be to prepare to receive what's coming, baby. Our prayers have been heard, work affirmed, and action has been taken to move circumstances in our favor. Or this may be the perfect moment to deliver our own message, to share our work and experience with others. What have we learned that we are now eager to tell? Mm, yeah, some of you need to be writing. Some of you need to be writing. Some of you need to be sharing. Some of you need to be sharing your testimony. That thing that somebody said to you when you were 9. I don't know what the age 9. I don't know yeah, the age 9 just keeps coming. Somebody was told something at age 9 that they got the that was a projection. Yeah, it would behoove you to take that hammer, take that machete and slice that up, release it, let it go, and then tell the world about how you chose to be free. Mm. What miracles have been laid upon us that multiply when shared? There are some things in this world that can only be kept in the act of giving them away, that once released are drawn nearer. This is a time to share such a story. We bless so many when we tell them about the darkness we waded through to shine. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, that you love me. The second card that came out was Clover, and it says luck. We all know somebody. We did not build health, wealth, or safety by chance in a system that classifies us as property. We have always had relationships with spirits who open doors, secure resources, and halt enemies of progress. These spirits were treated as respected guests in our home. We learned their favorite songs, their favorite gifts, and their names. Rituals for them were done often, intentionally, and with consistency. Our success, our survival in the face of ongoing oppression is not happenstance. It's work. Ooh, it's that freedom is a choice. It's that maturity. Mm. In today's world, luck is evidence either of proximity to spirit, proximity to colonial domination, which is spirit killing, and likelier than either or, it's both. So we must be aware of what name we're calling, know the guest we're serving, and be willing to acknowledge and depart from guests we've served to our own detriment, so that we may begin serving the ones with our highest good in mind. And the last one is tree. Nature resists a model of unequal exchange that restricts each spirit from serving out its purpose. That is why everywhere in this world, nature violently refutes every attempt to control or divert it from moving how it must move. The tree is harmony with the land and all spirits, and harmony is the antidote we need. Therefore, for what we want, we must be ready to offer in exchange. Before we take, we ask. When we receive, we do so with gratitude. We try not to take more than we need, but if there is overflow, we share from it with those who need it. Those who know nature best know there is enough here for us all. Those who know nature best protect nature fiercely because they are good children. Stories of scarcity were told to separate us from our mother, but love never loses its way home. Mm, mm, mm. I will embarrass myself and tell this story. So, one reason why I know that freedom is a choice is because I used to be one of those overgiver lover girlies. I used to really be the person who would give and give and give and give, particularly in friendships and romantic love, because I thought that that was what made me good. I thought that that was what made me lovable, was giving. And the last time that I did that, I was ghosted, and it really devastated me. Like, I was giving, 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 like feeding, clothing, housing a grown man. And, yes, very embarrassing. And, I was so distraught that my sacrifice was not enough to keep him around, right? Like, my parenting, my mothering, it was not enough to make someone stay. And I just could not see the truth of who I was, so much so that when this person left, I thought they took the best of me. I thought that he took everything that I was, all that I had, because I gave so much to him. When he walked out the door, uh, kind of similar to into Shange's For Color Girls, when they say, I give him all my good things. I had no true sense of who I was. I could not see that even though he left me, I was still whole. And it wasn't until I had a really good friend who's also a spiritual teacher of mine leave me a little voice note that said, "Don't you know that everything good that you saw in him, that was you? Every bit of goodness that you saw in him was you. You were looking to someone else for confirmation of your goodness. You had given someone else your power, and the ancestors have removed him from my life because, yeah, it was too deep. I was in it too deep, and I could not see for myself that everything good, everything good in that relationship was me. I was taking care of myself and him. I was paying my bills and doing all the things I needed to do and taking care of him. I was doing all these things. But because I held on to so many projected and fractured, um, I don't even know what word to use. Just so many projected and fractured almost mirrors that others had given me to see myself so they could continue to use me, continue to siphon my energy, my goodwill, my money, my time from me. I could not see that the good that was circulating in those relationships was my own. I was so powerful that I had enough good to give to multiple people. And now I see that. Now you can't tell me nothing else. And so for mm, the two of you who are listening, who believe that someone you loved walked off with all your good things, your folks want you to know that you must recognize your power. You must recognize your power. You must recognize that the good thing, well, first of all, they can't walk off with nothing that's you. You are whole. Mm. And if you really want your energy, well, yeah, if you feel like you've lost something, all you got to do is call it back. Reclaim it back. I reclaim all energy, time, and the intention that I gave to someone out of the false belief that I was not enough. I reclaim that full and whole picture of myself. Some of you might need to, and this is a tip that Donisha gave me, might need to get some rue and some vinegar and put in a jar. If I had a jar, I would show you what it looks like. Um, and wipe down all the mirrors in your house and say, I now discern truth from projection. I am whole. 'Cause some of you been looking in the mirror and not being able to see yourself. And I've been there. I've been there. But please know There is nothing that you need to do. There is nothing that you need to change. Yes, rue vinegar counterclockwise. Thank you. That you need to change about yourself to be loved. You are already loved. And if you don't get nothing else from this tonight, your ancestors want you to rejoice in the fact that they love you. Mm. I want to say too as well, right? The saltwater medicine as well as the hammer medicine is something that I learned from a spiritual teacher, Ashley Emin said on um yeah. I've been seeing Ashley for years and they've been really instructive in my spiritual life. So and Donisha says you can also add some salt to the roux and the vinegar and do a salt scrub with it to cleanse. Yes. Love you. Peace. Yes. So to the Blue Jay who asked about their creative practice, their artistic practice, there's two things. So I don't know if this is something that you have imagined would be something that you um, would be able to stack some coin with, but um, part of your yearning for deepening in your creative practice, your artistic practice, might be around that. And so your spirit guides really want you to know that this creativity, this artistic practice of yours is a part of your foundation, what helps make you feel more stable. And so mm, I feel like that testimony card earlier was also for you. What gifts do you have to share with us? There is someone whose choice to free themselves is dependent upon the work that you do. And I think this goes for all creatives. We would see so much more purpose in our work if we stopped looking to these white supremacist, fuck ass institutions for validation, um, and thought about it as this, right? Your creativity, your artistic practice, your choosing to share that is what enables someone else to make the choice to be free. It frees you as well in the process, right? It unburdens you. But if we don't see what you have to say, if we don't see what you have to sing, if we don't see you dance, if we don't see your movie, we don't see your book, we don't get to interact with however you choose to creatively present yourself. For some of you, it is just literally posting pictures of your fine ass body, right? If we don't get to see you, the creation that is you, we might not make the choice to be free. So you have options, you have choices here, Blue Jay. Your spirits want you to make the choice that is for you only. There's no need for you to worry about who might see, what they might say, or what they might do. If you choose to tell the truth of your personal experience, change people's names, do what you need to do to feel more comfortable, right? You might change some details here and there. And changing details of things doesn't mean that you're not telling the truth. It just is the way that you choose to tell your story, how you choose to share your creativity. But yeah, it's you, it's on you through the practice because there is some like kind of there's some instability around the thought life, right? That comes and It's not instability because there's something wrong with you. It's like quite literally, you have so many things that are kind of bottled up that need to be shared. It's kind of like a stopper almost, like ideas, creativity, etc. These things are swimming, these things are kind of moving through your mind. It's like, okay, well, who's gonna tell me what I need to do in order to do this, or who's gonna inspire me to do that, or what can I look to, or who can I look to uh to help me know that I'm doing the right thing. And honey, you want to do it, and that makes it the right thing. Okay. You're not going to hurt nobody. But inherent in the sharing of you, of your creativity, right? Multiple blessings. We have the star here, which says that this is destined. I think of the star card as as us as this little child here, the celestial bodies around us that help us, that guide us, right? The water that represents abundance that's flowing. Hmm. There are doors opening for you when you share your creative works with us that you cannot even see. There'll be a public facing aspect of it, the part that you probably are the most afraid about. But what it will do for you, and it does do something for you, and that's the most important thing, is it will enable you to reach a kind of mental stability that you might not have ever experienced before. The amount of peace that you will gain from no longer having to hold back, you might not even, people might not even recognize you no more after that. They may be like, who is this? Who is this? Blue Jay? Blue Jay over here acting like a cardinal. Or I don't know. That was a bird joke, a bad bird joke. Who is this? Like, but yeah, it's your choice and how you choose to share. But I would say choose, start small. And by small, I don't mean like, you know, little things. What I mean is like start in a way that is manageable, right? You don't have to have the Substack, have the Patreon, have the YouTube, have the Instagram, have the everything all at once. You can start in ways that are accessible to you and build. As you build your audience, as you build your supporters, as you call on your ancestors, as you call on your spirit guides. And for you, I will also, because you have animal guides as well. So if this card will join me, these are the animal spirits yeah, who you might meditate with as you sit with your practice. And I don't know what relationship you have to the fox, but the fox spirit has been coming up for like quite a few people lately. Mm, we love to see it. Ooh, there we go. So these are the animal spirits that you might meditate with as you embrace or deepen your creativity practice. The first one is the beaver. I saw a little baby beaver earlier today and it was actually kind of cute. I feel like, I was going to say, I don't know what happened when they get big, but I feel like that's kind of disrespectful. Please forgive me, beaver. The beaver, and the keywords for the beaver are persistence, planning, and creation. Beavers are natural. Beavers, through their power of their teeth, through the power of community, they shape landscape. Beavers are one of the biggest kind of The biggest indicators that this natural world that we are in is always changing, and it's one that's always moving towards harmony. Beavers create dams that then allow for fish to spawn in calmer waters. The dams also create calmer waters and also areas of faster waters for other animals to live, to frolic, to play. Beavers are very important to the environment. So the fact that the beaver spirit moves with you is a lot. It's a big deal. The next one is the dragonfly, and it says illusion, lightness, and shifting. So for you, it will be important that there is some flexibility in this creativity practice. Yeah. Your spirits say it's very important for you to understand that you don't have to do everything all at once. You just have to start. The next one is the mouse. And the mouse is focus, conservation, and modesty, right? So, this idea of like energy and focus and making sure that you're not doing too much too fast. And then the last one is the camel for travel, stamina. Oh my gosh, I was about to mispronounce that. And service. So, Blue Jay, I'm going to leave you with one more blessing because you're the only reading I have for tonight. So, you just get to get a few more shuffles than normal. Wait, you did? Did you wait? I did not see it in the sign up. Period. Alrighty, thank you. I'm thank y'all for saying something because I was like, wait, gotcha. JK, thanks for telling me. All right. So yeah. I'm screaming. Okay. Uh period. 810. Oh, that's why I didn't see it. Got it. Okay. All good. The first one says a blessing woven in truth. Have the courage to speak your truth and the heavy burden will be lifted. It is best that everyone involved know where they stand. Some people got you fucked up. Some people got you fucked up, friend. And it's time that they know. The truth will set both you and others free. This is a blessing for all concerned, but most of all for you, dear one. A sea of blessings. The universe is a projection from within you, and you are a projection of the universe. You are vast space, and yet you are spaceless. You are a divine ocean of love, a sea of blessings. You are the wind of change that flows through life. And the last one is the blessing of creativity. Express yourself creatively and reconnect with your inner child. As ideas and inspirations surface, express them without thought, censorship, or judgment. Don't try to make sense of things. Just allow, just feel, just be. This is a time where all is possible. You are limited only by what you think is impossible. Ashe. No, you all good. Yeah, at 8:10, I was like praying, putting my space together. So I didn't even look at my phone or look at anything. And thank you for reminding me, Michael, about that. Okay. Michael, was yours general? Can you remind me? I can't remember. And Donisha, was yours also general? Just so I know if I missed a question. I'm so glad. Oop. Oh, okay, Sydney. Sorry, I keep bumping the mic. Okay. Whew. Mm. Well done. Danisha, well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Yeah, even that protective thing you had to do. Well done. Even that boundary that you had to set. Well done. Hmm. Yeah. I'm not sure if folks around you are trying to make it seem like this new beginning that you it's clearly the door is open, the portal is here, you're walking through it. Somebody around you might be acting like, you being brand new or this ain't yours, this ain't your destiny. But there, and this is not a scary thing, but there is a cleaving coming because you can't, mm-mm, mm-mm. The water spirits and river spirits are spirit of the storm. So we can't have you out here crying about nobody no more. There's a cleaving coming. And it's not necessarily out of malice, but you just can't take people into the inner circle where you about to go. Mm, yeah. Yeah. I know the waters are on pause, on hiatus now, but be attuned to the new ideas of things to share and to sell. Be attuned to the new ideas of things to share and to sell. You have a medicine that nobody else has. You have a mind that nobody else has. You have a spirit unlike any other. You have a heart after God's. And I don't understand why anybody would play with you. Play about that. But can we know a little bit more about this new beginning? Yeah, it's a kind of increase that I'm not even sure if you are um yeah, your work as a clinician. I was going to say I'm not sure if you are in a space where you feel like you're having to choose between the spiritual work and the clinician work. But soon there will be more room for you to do everything that you need to do, and you might even find that there's how do I put this without putting your business on YouTube? I'll just say like an increase in as you start to share more of your medicines with the world, an increase in the medicines and a lessen dependency on the clinician work to supply your needs. Yeah, you have some medicine that clears people's discernment, but also there's something about like path making, freedom making. Yeah, freedom making work here. Yeah. Yeah. It's giving things you ain't even like it's low key giving like private practice, work for yourself. I don't know what that looks like if you already but it's giving like oh my gosh. The image that came to me was just like Annie in Sinners and um her like not a shack, I don't want to call it a shack, but like the where she did her work, that one room where she did her work, and folks came to her for all different kinds of things, but they knew where to find her. People know where to find you, and not in a scary way, but like folks are coming to find you. People from all over the world, in fact. So do not shy away from sharing yourself. If you have to make like a schedule or figure it, like, this is not the time to hide. This is not the time to hide. Yeah. Yeah. It's not the time to hide. Like, people are coming to find you. People are coming to find you. So what we have here is the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I know we know what that means. We have the World, and we have the Strength card. This is a time for you to move in your personal power. You might be receiving some, or you might be in a period of training. You might feel like you don't know enough. You haven't done, but like, no, like, this literally is your moment of arrival. And it's going to be confusing to some people who know you closely. And so I know you say you have few friends, but if you find that folks are speaking doubtful words, or they're questioning your vision, your dream, and your movement in this moment, you don't have to necessarily say, "Mhm, fuck you, girl, you gotta go somewhere," whatever. It might just be a marking in the sand of, oh, this is where we are, this is where we stand. I cannot share moving forward what's happening, right? That person might just be in that particular circle or room. But this is a moment for you to truly exercise your power. There are lions in both of these cards, the World card and in the Strength card. And for you, there is just this, like, this sense of such fiery, passionate energy, but of self actualization. Those tears at the riverside, with you shattering those projections, mm, you shattering those projections, you allowing them to leave you, your body, your space, your field, your auric field. You're making room for your blessings. So every time you feel like you might be too full up of doubt, too full up of disbelief, just know that the water receives you. And yeah, just don't want to ever put you in the position of they like, we do not want Danish to be out here feeling no kind of stress, because you have big, big work to do. Actually, well, yeah. When the private practice community wellness center opens up, we need to have a big celebration. And yes, we will celebrate in the apocalypse. I do not care. As long as it's not the zombie apocalypse, I'm celebrating. I want to leave you with an affirmation. Spirit, what affirmation can I give Donisha? Also, I just want to say, this is me speaking. I really love seeing you, in your face, your body, hearing your voice on Threads, on Instagram, all the places. So thank you for sharing you with us. And please, this is, if anything, this is the time to double down on it. I get another one, please. Okay. So this is from Deja Joel's deck, The Remedy. The first one is, whose voice is that? Yeah, we got a party. We got a party. So just send me an invite. I'll send you that. Well, you kind of got my address already, but send me the invite. We partying. This one says, tune into the negative voices that appear in your head when you are making life choices, big or small. Identify whose voice it is and ask yourself why it is showing up in that specific moment. Is this thought yours, or is it something that was always told to you? In what ways did it serve you? How will you silence them or lower the volume? Move to the polyrhythm of your own drum today, dancing your way towards healing and making bold decisions. When you find yourself bogged down with the voices of others, say aloud, Donisha, speak. And the affirmation is, my voice is strong and I can speak for myself. The second one is update your prescription. Just like with eyeglasses, we often need to upgrade our prescription to clarify the world around us. Take notice of how you are viewing your environment, situations, and relationships. Sometimes we can get a bit comfortable and avoid asking ourselves the most important questions. How's your spirit? Are you happy here? Is this a stepping stone or a destination? Clarify your vision every month to assess where you can move more authentically. And the affirmation is, my actions are in alignment with my vision. Oh, shame. Not this literal, like literal. Look, you need to be able to see, honey. I don't know how y'all do it. I'm gonna say this, and I don't know. Maybe I have to cut this out of YouTube later. The only people I know who don't be wearing glasses, like to see how they need to see, are light skinned. I don't know what that means, what that is. I don't know. Somebody, maybe a sociologist, because as an anthropologist, I don't study that, but maybe somebody could tell me about that. What is it? What is it? I don't know. Oh, we thank you. We thank you, Spirit, for the messages for Donisha. In reverence to you, beloved. Can't wait to see each other in person soon. We thank you. We thank you for Donisha's blessings. We thank you for the path opening work. We thank you for the initiations. We thank you for the initiations. Spirit. I'm screaming. I'm screaming at the glasses broke with the tape holding them together. Not you, Harry Potter. Uh, and I'm saying that I don't read Harry Potter. I just want to go ahead and put the disclaimer out there. I stopped reading Harry Potter long before it was the trend or whatever. It was the right thing to do. I stopped reading it in the 4th grade because I was like, damn, this bitch is long-winded. These books are too long. But yeah. Woo, please update your prescription. That is how y'all gonna get free and you can't see? Okay. I'm gonna leave that alone. Ah, Spirit. What word do you have for Michael? Keep going. Keep going, Michael. Keep going. You can't give up. You can't give up. You can't give up. The recognition that's coming to you, maybe you can't give up. The recognition that's coming to you, the recognition that's already here. There's a reason why she liked that post. There are people that you don't even know yet that are trying to figure out how to write you a check. A check that the bank gonna try to tell you you can't cash. There are opportunities that are on the other side of you getting up out of this pit of self-pity, because there ain't nothing wrong with you, and not in a dismissive way. Not in a dismissive way, as in, you can't think about the things that bother you, that bog you down. But the things that happen to you are not because of you. The things that happen to you are not because of you. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I don't know what this means, but I don't know if you've been like trying to skirt around an initiation of sorts. I don't know if you have been avoiding um a certain path, um but it will come to a point where you cannot avoid it any longer. Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with you, Michael. You haven't done anything wrong. You're not missing anything. You're not sinning. You're not sinning. That's not even a thing. That's not a thing. And I know it's a hard concept to let go of, that I did that really dogmatic sense of right or wrong, but you're moving in your purpose and you're moving in your power. You're moving according to that sight that no one else has. That power that no one else has, mm, that others might have tried to discount. Mm, mm. Others would want you to see what they see. They want you to mm, they want you to come down to where they're at, as in they don't got no imagination. They don't got they don't got no oil, as they say. They don't have no power. They would prefer for you to see yourself in that way so that you can commiserate. But just know that there is power in your tongue. Do not speak a curse over yourself. Even if the day feels hard and it feels unlivable, if all you can do is muster up the words, I am loved, and even if you can't believe them, that doesn't mean that they're not true. Yeah. 3 out of the 4 cards that came out for you are swords. Swords talk about our thoughts, the thoughts that govern us, the things that we move through, the battles of the mind. And you have been fighting. You are tired. You are tired. You have been fighting. We have the 5 of swords here. You might have been putting belt to ass, actually, to a few people. And because of how things have been shifting and shaking. You might be thinking that somebody's putting belt to ass to you, but no, honey. Every single time you put pen to paper, finger to keyboard, and you hit publish, you have defeated an enemy. And that's not you need to be productive and just keep writing and pushing and going. It's just the simple spiritual fact and recognition that every single time you choose to move in your purpose, you are defeating an enemy. And so the work of this initiation, again, I don't know if there's a spiritual path or things that you are looking for, but and it might just even be just initiation of a Saturn return of your life. Um, this period of time, the work of this period of time is quite literally shaping your thoughts, so that when you see your work, when you see your work, you see it in the truth of what it is. But we have the 10 of Pentacles here. So that to me says there is stability, financial stability, stability that is here. And so even if you don't feel like, yeah, there seems to be a feeling of like delay of like, you know, Lord, like where is that? Like, uh, Lord, I got some things I need to say. It might feel that way, but just know, yeah, it's not by happenstance. The genius of the genius of even your last post in Sinners. And yeah, yeah, just just keep going. Just keep going. And we have, the Two of Swords, the last one for transparency's sake in reverse, which means for me, when I see the Two of Swords in reverse, I think of someone who's at a crossroads, essentially, who's trying to figure out what it is that they need to do. And the only thing that you need to do is create. That's the only thing you need to do. Yeah, feed yourself, do all the other kind of things that folks do as adults. But the only thing that you have to do, that you're mandated to do, is create and find as many opportunities as possible to do so and to share that feels healthy and feels good to you. But the validation that you need won't come through like commiserating with people. If you got some misery, take it to the altar, take it to trusted friends. Um, Let your ancestors hold some of these burdens. Don't hold them. Don't hold them. But Threads is a miserable place. It's a miserable place. There's a lot of misery there. And if we're not careful, we'll forget that we have help, right? Um, I'm trying to find the book for this. I don't know what I did with it. So that's why I'm like looking around like, where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, cool. I also pulled for you from the Black Lenormand 2 deck, and we have Crossroads. And we also have Ship. But we'll start with Crossroads because that one came out first. It says choices. We've reached a pivotal moment in the journey where a lesson has run its course, and this means choice needs to be made. This isn't a test. This is a gauge for capacity. There is no judgment, only the assurance we needn't take on what we cannot handle at this time. Growth isn't linear, life isn't neat, and no one among us is perfect. So we should take the time that we need. Sometimes the answer is no. Spirit affirms that. The only thing we can't do is avoid choosing altogether. We all make a choice eventually. The inverse of this card indicates that the choice is not always ours, but is taking place in realms and rooms unseen. And how can we respond in situations where we are powerless, where we cannot change events that are unfolding or have unfolded? How do we simply accept what is? We stand in the crossroads and see. Jeremiah 6:16. So Crossroads for you did come out in reverse. So yeah, as we said, there are some things happening that you cannot see. And the lesson in the moment of this time is really about tending to your thoughts, to those thought forms that would say, oh, this is not happening fast enough. So this must mean something's wrong with me. Or I haven't done a the, or I haven't done this, or maybe I'm fucking up here, or maybe no, 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 no. Um, that is not the case. And so it might uh Yeah. It might be a moment to think about what surrender looks like for you. What a kind of peaceful surrender, a surrender that is freeing, right? That frees you from those thought forms that would try to reinforce those lies that you may have been taught about your worth at this time. Because, yeah, the you ain't even seen the half of it yet. You ain't even seen the half of it yet. So, ship. This is. Oh. Ship says transition. We are entering a period of transition where we are either physically or spiritually covering great distances. During this time, we can expect sudden revelations, deep shifts, and major changes to our daily reality. We should allow ourselves to rest and not cling to the past just because the familiar feels safe. Tenderness is the medicine for a transition. So soften in anticipation of future joys. Better is coming, progress is forward. And while the boat rocks, go to sleep. Mm. Yeah. I'm wondering too, right? If this will sit with you, but that makes me think about when the disciples were on the water with Jesus and they were like, Jesus, it's raining and storming and shit. Like, wake your ass up and do something about it. And he was, knocked out supposedly. And he tells them, why are you worried about the storm? I'm in this boat. Why are you worried about that? You think the boat about to take us down? Bitch, I'm here. There are moments when you are the thing that keeps the boat from capsizing. And then there are moments when your ancestors are in that boat rocking with you. But as long as you are headed towards your destination, Michael, you don't have to worry about how high the waves rise. You don't have to worry about what's happening in the skies, the lightning that might strike. Lightning, huh? Lightning strike anybody else, and that might mean death or heart palpitations or whatever it is they say happen when you get hit with lightning. Honey, lightning strike you and it's inspiration. Mm. Lightning strike you and you got a new story to tell. So please know, right, that any calamity, right? Yeah, you have the power to transmute that. So don't doubt yourself. Mm. A shame. Oh, we thank you, Spirit. That was such a sweet message for Michael. Mm. And Michael, if there's ever you find yourself thoughts looping and things like that, if you need to just like mm, create a ooh, I don't know if you've ever thought of doing your own kind of psalms or something, but like I don't know, start with that. Because if you look at Psalms, a lot of the Psalms are David just talking to himself about how good God is and how God gonna fuck everything up on his behalf and how like he wasn't writing that shit when he was feeling good. David was writing Psalms when he was going through some shit. Michael, we need to see your Psalms. And I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that there. We need to see your Psalms. I need to see the book of Ivory. Or whatever you want to name it. I don't know what you want to name it. You're so welcome. Oh, Spirit. Oh, for the beloved Sydney, for the world maker. Hmm. Um, someone gifted me the what is it called? How We Be Free, a Black Fugitive Study Kit. And yeah, so we said I need to pick this up for you. World Maker. Sending your ancestors. Yeah. Maybe it was them. Maybe it was them waking me up at 5:30. I'm like, who is this? Yeah. They want to remind you that freedom is a choice. And anybody who would not choose you, who say they love you, it's time for you to be free from that. Free from them. You're gonna be practicing some marunage. I said you're gonna be practicing some marunage, and the 8 of Hearts came out that says stealing oneself. I'm screaming. Okay. The rest of these gonna go here. I'm gonna put these 2 here. You got some marunage to practice. Um, yeah, I don't know what you do for work, but it's really giving some oppression, some oppressive forces there too. Yeah. Don't let nobody play with your time. Your time is too precious actually. And if it helps to think about it like this, like mm, you chose your destiny when you came to this earth. You chose to be a world maker. You chose to affect change on for some folks on a molecular level for them. And if that don't make sense to you now, it will make sense to you later. Um, and so your time is so valuable because each minute that someone steals from you and the ability that you're like your capacity to focus on your purpose is a minute that you can't get back. So don't let nobody play with your time. Not romantically, not at work. Nobody. Even if they're cute, don't let them play with your time. I don't know, cause sometimes if somebody fine, I'd be willing to let them play with my time just a little bit if they fine, just a little bit. But that's just me. I'm a Gemini, so yeah, yeah, yeah. That rage, like, yeah. Your ancestors saying that rage is productive. Channel it. I again not gonna say too much on the internet, but yeah, you anything that you're using to escape your rage in moderation. And you might want to take those feelings and just like devote it to the creative practice and not be afraid of what comes out of that, right? Even if you feel like others can't or shouldn't see what comes from that rageful place, still allow that to be a place to create. You don't have to run away from how you feel. You don't have to try to steal yourself from yourself. That rage is telling you that you are spending too much time and energy, and it's not reciprocated. Okay, can I get animal? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I don't know if you're already in like, sorry, I don't know if you're already in spaces where you're like communicating with animal spirits or you're spending time with animal spirits, but for the next like couple years, especially in your dreams, your dream space. So if you are using things that might prevent you from dreaming, um, you might want to refrain from that. If of course, if you can, your dream space is going to be a space where you're going to encounter some animal spirits, some animal guides for you. They're not necessarily going to be the ones that come out here because these are, I mean, they might, but not necessarily. But yeah, There's something about your creative practice and its connection to um, non-human beings. This one. So I think I'll start with them. Because they kind of run through this and the tarot as well. So the first kind of animal guide support for you is the kangaroo. And the kangaroo thinks about family, direction, and energy. I don't know if you've ever seen a kangaroo fight, but yeah, that power, that drive, that murderous energy they be having. Um, yeah, that is something to channel, especially when you're feeling those rageful moments. And you can choose, right, where that rage and that energy goes. Your spirits really want you to choose this creation practice and like choose it so much so that you feel so compelled to do these things that you share. Like you literally share. Um, because yeah, you have gifts that once you share with the world, they will free others or allow others to make the choice to free themselves, rather. The other animal spirit companion is the cow. And, cows are sacred creatures in some cultures, right? They don't eat the cow like we do here in the West. Well, some of us over here in the West and in other areas of the world. And that's because the cow represents abundance. You get a cow, you can feed a family, right? You have milk, you have meat, you have all these other things. Um, Cows also fertilize, right? So they allow things to grow. So the cow here is a symbol of fertility, of nurturing, and abundance. And I'm wondering too, right? In those rageful moments, in those moments where you feel like someone is taking something from you that you can't get back, how are you choosing to, one, remind yourself that that's not true? You can always reclaim. If people are taking stuff, you can reclaim that shit. Um, but then how are you nurturing yourself in the aftermath of that? And then finally, the rhinoceros, which is one of my favorite animals. I got to see one in real life last year, and they are so much bigger than National Geographic makes them seem. But what is so amazing to me about the rhinoceros upon looking at it is, you would think that something that is that massive would feel the need to throw its weight around. I don't know. I don't know why I would think that. I guess that's only really men who be doing that. But like they literally just be chilling. Rhinoceros just be chilling, but no other animal bothers them. And so here it says that, rhinoceros symbolize force, a stronghold, and barriers. But for you, I wonder what it would feel like in your meditative space to imagine your strength and the power of your aura to be one that is forceful, where you just get to chill and be, and others know not to play with you. How do I say this? How do I say this, spirit? So I'm gonna move to the other card that has animal guides in that. Yes, and settling it. It's true. It's not gonna change. Like whether you settle in it or not, it's always gonna be true. So you might as well choose the path of least resistance, which is to rest in your power. Because regardless of whether you recognize it or not, it's still there. So choose the path of least resistance, at least up here. Say, oh yeah, no, I don't gotta do that. I can release that. Mm, because you have to rest. You have to rest, friend. So the moon card came up for you, came up upright, and it's actually the only card that came out upright. Um, and normally I don't read reversals, but I think what the moon card here is really signifying, and in the moon card is like two dogs and a lobster. They're looking at the moon. There are aspects of your own, mm, there are aspects of your own power and ability that you sometimes are not choosing to see. And then there are aspects of your power and ability that kind of the general chaos that surrounds you at times prevents you from seeing. And so your spirit guides are really in this moment, and it's not in a like, kind of way, but much more in a like loving and compassionate way, or asking for you to really create some structure in your life, particularly around the routines that you do in the morning to ground yourself, in the evening to ground yourself, um, routines around your creative practice. And through that kind of I don't know, routine sounds really rigid though for the neuro expansive spirit. What do y'all really mean? Like a set of tools that you organize your time around. So it might not be something that you do the same way all the time, right? But you might think or create like a basket of tools. So in the morning when I get up, I might not have a one, two, three, four, but I might have one, two, three, four, and I'm choosing two. I'm choosing two today. I have the energy for two today. Um, and this allows you to have some mental capacity, free some of that mental capacity up because you're not waking up or going to bed or doing other things that you do regularly and having to use that mental energy to like figure out what it is you're going to do. You have your basket. You might even make it beautiful, like a jar or like a literal basket, and you just write different things down in them. Um that you wanna do when you wake up, and think of it as, like, these are things that I want to do that show my devotion to myself, and, like, this is what I would wanna do in the morning. This is something that I would wanna do in the evening, and then you just kinda reach in the basket and pick 2 or 3, and you say, "Okay, this is my devotion practice this morning," or, "This is my devotion practice this evening." But some structure and g offloading that because, I don't know, this belief that you're supposed to be perfect and know what to do and do all this time no, that's stressful. Like, that's not even no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And you might even allow some of your spirit guides to help you yeah, to help you, think of things to do. Once you have some more structure in your life around these devotional practices, 2 things come out here. Excuse me. So again, both of these were in reverse, right? The lovers and the two of pentacles. So the lovers card, I'm not necessarily getting the energy of like a partnership, but more of like there mm, I don't know if you sometimes feel like aspects of you are fragmented and like it feels hard to integrate them. But this like structure allows for that integration. And the integration is not like isn't it's not even like there's anything wrong. It's just literally like around self-acceptance and around like really seeing that all of these parts of you are welcome and loved. Like when you think you might sing to yourself, right? I'm so glad my ancestors love me. They're not picking and choosing which parts of you to love. They love all of you. And the worlds that you are building require that integration of all of you, even the parts of you that folks would have you believe are not good enough. Again, those are those projections. And so much of this work is about you being able to discern, uh, yeah, those projections from the truth of who you are. So, the last card that came out was the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm say there I don't know if you're thinking about like leaving your job, changing jobs, things like that. You want a new way to sustain yourself financially, maybe a new income that you're looking to. And I feel like, well, you're obviously an inventor, right? A creator, an inventor. And I'm using the word inventor intentionally. That's like literally the word that came out of my mouth. There's something in you allowing the power that you have to be revealed to yourself through these routines. You have some, yeah, there's like an invention that you are going to bring forth that will allow you to make more money. Um and so I don't know if you've been like really thinking of things that you want to share with the world in that way. But we need it. We need your creative power. So, the two that I pulled from the How We Be Free Black Fugitive Study Kit, we have the Eight of Hearts, again, the stealing oneself. And it says, I am my own safe space. And that's a quote from Kelly Greenlight. I do not know who that is. And I really hope that Kelly Greenlight is black. Anyway, Petit Marronage was a form of truancy in which enslaved people escaped temporarily into the woods or to visit loved ones on other plantations. Some remained away for days or even months, most often practiced by Black women. Petit marronage was a way to find temporary reprieve from punishment or sexual advances, to reclaim agency over their time and their bodies, and to find refuge through personal resistance. And so the reflection question here is, how do I make space to revive my body, mind, heart, and spirit? And yeah, we kind of talked about that through that structure. The other card that came forth was the King of Diamonds, and it is this like cute tree. Um, Sydney, have you ever thought about making a game? Okay, I don't know why I just thought about I just popped in my head like I don't know if you ever thought about making a game, but um that would be fun. If you have thought about it, I would definitely play. But it says here, trees provided sanctuary. I'm like seeing like a board game. I don't know what D&D is, but um a board game? That's like kind of what came to mind. I don't know if you've ever thought about that. Trees provided sanctuary and safe harbor for freedom seekers as they traveled through the woods and evaded slave catchers. Freedom seekers hid under fallen timber, in tree hollows, in tall grass, and in caves dug out under trees. Trees were also used as markers for navigating forested areas. Trees bear witness and hold spiritual power in many Afro diasporic cultural practices. So, this card is really encouraging you to think about the lessons that trees have for you and how you can cultivate your listening to them. So, I don't know if I've ever shared this, but in a past life, I was a breeder on a plantation. And I was forced to escape because I kept helping people not give birth to their enslaved children. I also, if they had the misfortune of giving birth, I would help them send the child back to the creator. And so I had to escape because the person who was purchasing all these people found out about it. And in the escape, I ran away with two of my children and we hid in a tree. Um, and we there was this whole ritual thing I did around a tree, and it was really interesting. And I discovered that through a past life regression. So trees, yeah, they have a very much significance, and I'm wondering for you what that might be since it came forward. You had a dream about hiding in a tree? The trees are speaking to you. I wonder if you know what tree it was or do you have any way of knowing? That might be something to think about as you're yeah. Okay, yeah, your dream space. I yeah, what is it about Sydney's dream space? Yeah. So I don't know, yeah. I don't know what it is that how you practice your sleep hygiene or I hate the word hygiene in that sense, but what are you doing to prepare for bed? And we've talked about kind of that structure that will help open up your dream space. But one thing that I recommend for you to do is to just keep a glass of water next to your bed, and you can pray into it. You can ask for this water to be a portal for supportive energies, spirit guides, and things to communicate with you in your dreams. Of course, any nightmares or things, you can also use salt to help prevent those. So you can say any negative energies, any adverse energies, that salt will cleanse them so you don't have any nightmares. But the astral space, yeah, the trees have something to say, something to tell you. Um, and I don't know what this is about this game, but I literally heard the word game. So I don't know if you're brainstorming or if that's just a new idea, but yeah. Well, thank you, Spirit. That's all I got for y'all today. Thank you so much for coming, showing up for live. I'll be back in April. I haven't decided when yet. But this yeah, like I said, I woke up so early, and so somebody's spirit team was on my neck about this word about freedom. Um, and so I love y'all. I will see y'all on the interwebs. Please take care and uh, be very careful traveling. The other thing that I will say, Donisha taught me about offerings to travel. So if you are planning on traveling and you want to ask the earth for their mercies, um, prepare some sugar water, give it to a tree, pray for safe travels. Be sure to carry any protective amulets with you as you are traveling. And be sure to wear a mask if you're going to be in the airport. So that way, um, for your own self protection in multiple ways, but particularly around facial recognition. That's going to be very important. But yeah, I love y'all and I will see y'all very soon.